Rob Parsons, or Bob as he was known back then, grew up in La Cañada, a small town in Southern California near Pasadena, where he had a paper route and took bike rides around town like every other kid on the block. With the money he earned at the age of 14, he bought himself an Italian racing bike. He rode daily throughout the summer, including an 800-mile trip to Santa Cruz and back that he took with a friend. A local bike shop owner took Rob to his first race, the SoCal Road Championship. His first sampling of out-of-town racing was at the 1961 Tour of Florissant in St. Louis, a major criterium attended by every cyclist east of the Rockies. Rob placed third, which certainly got the notice of the crit sprinters who thought they owned such races. After winning the Tour de Ortega and Acton Road Race, he was invited to be part of the U.S. national team riding in the Vuelta de Mexico. Fellow Californian and Hall of Famer Bob Tetzlaff had been pushing boundaries for some years. He was quick to ask Parsons to join his team on their annual racing trip to Canada in 1962. Their first race was the Tour du Lac Saint-Jean, a 3-day stage race. So impressive had been Parsons that Tetzlaff had no hesitation putting the whole team at Parsons' disposal. They pulled back early breaks, leaving Rob fresh to join in the decisive escapes. Parsons had won, just as they, but almost no one else, had expected. Parsons made the 1963 Pan American Road Team, where the team earned unprecedented silver medals. That same year, Parsons won his first Nevada City Classic, a race that is still widely regarded as the most demanding criterium course in the country. He would go on to win the race 5 straight years. The legendary Greg LeMond won it only 3 times. What's hidden behind the statistics is the style of Parsons' Nevada City wins. They were closely contested triumphs full of lap-by-lap variation as he traded attacks with his competitors. Every year, Rob dug deep and found a way to win, but how he'd win was never clear until near the finish. Years passed with Rob winning most everything in sight. He raced frequently in California and became well known and recognized wherever he raced. Parsons won famous races in the East, such as the Art Longsjo Memorial Race at Fitchburg, Massachusetts. He ventured to Europe and joined the ACBB, at the time the most prestigious amateur team in Europe. In 1966, he proved his infinite adaptability by going to Colorado and winning the Aspen Alpine Cup, the inspiration for the Red Zinger, over the very good locals who were used to racing at 10,000-foot altitudes, and when Independence Pass was still climbed on dirt. By 1968, Rob Parsons was about as seasoned an old pro as an American could be. His one remaining goal was to make the Olympic team. On a very demanding course through the Santa Monica Mountains, Rob roared away from everyone on the first day of the Olympic trials to guarantee his place on the team. Making it to the Olympic Games in Mexico fulfilled Rob's competitive ambitions. He retired from racing and eventually settled in his current home near Santa Cruz, California. By 1991, Rob had combined extensive research with his time-honed knowledge of training to become a licensed coach. In Rob's era, training was mostly a process of doing a lot of miles, and if strong enough, a lot more miles again. Proper rest, proper nutrition, heart rate feedback techniques, etc. were things Rob mostly had to discover on his own. As Sir Isaac Newton once said, "If I see further, it's because I have stood on the shoulders of giants." Many of today's greatest cyclists owe a debt to Rob Parsons for providing such strong shoulders.